Hi, this is Judy McKee, and here I am again. I am doing this because in the first quarter, we had 11 sessions called Quick Fix Friday. And during these 11 sessions, these webinars that I did with GoToWebinar, we did 20 to 30 minutes every week on coaching. Because I think the most important person in the entire call center is not the customer, but the coach. And why? Because the coach is responsible for at least 10 other people, making sure that 10 agents do a wonderful job. And that coach's job is to show the agent, demonstrate to the agent, work with the agent, allow the agent to train themselves, grow, come with their own suggestions, self-correct. That's the center of my dreams. And by the way, I have 3 very huge, very good, very well-named companies who do it throughout the company now. And what is so great about that is it does exactly what I thought it would do. The agent is doing a better job, so the client of the call center is calling into the call center and saying, boy, oh boy, are your agents ever good? And some of those management staff people say, I know they are, and that's because we have positive coaching instead of feedback and constructive criticism. We dump that. That's out of here. We use the positive coach approach, and because we do, our agents are happier, our agents are working harder, our agents are smarter, they're using their own brain, they are creative. They don't just do what they're told, they know what to do. Now that's brilliant, and that's the kind of person you want working for you. And then when your client in the call center calls in and listens to how well the agent does, I know it often doesn't get back to that coach, but I'll tell you something, that's the one. And I want to acknowledge that coach today, because that coach who works with 10 people, it's like dropping a stone, in pond water. It goes out and out and out and out. People in our training go out at the morning break, sometimes crying. We don't make them cry or hit them. No, what reason they have for that is we do the piece in our training, which is often called the Jimmy story. It's in the training because it really teaches the depth of making other people feel right and smart, and never making other people feel wrong or stupid. And it's a story. We don't tell them what to do. They come up with the answers themselves. And they go out of there on the break calling their spouses to say things like, honey, all I do is make you wrong. I don't know why I do that when I really, really love you. That's just one of the things that happens. I could go on and on. I've got drawers full of acknowledgement. It's just that we've been trained to be negative. It's really hard to unlearn something that is so strong in our systems. I mean, the world is really backwards. We think we can't have enough. We think there isn't enough. We think we can't do well enough. We think they don't do good enough. And really, the world is so abundant, it's amazing. And it's us who can't seem to get over that because we've been trained so well. And our parents were trained, and their parents were trained. And once in a while you meet a very positive person. I mean, there are lots of people who are even more positive than I am, and I think I'm darn positive, and yet I get negative. So I know. And that's because we're trained. We are so well trained. In one of my training classes, all of a sudden I said, I think we all ought to go get a brainwashing. And someone stood up all righteous, and said, what? brainwashing. Oh, that's bad. And I went, no, it isn't. It's good. Clean your brain. Remove the negativity. Put in the positivity. Make moves. You'll see how hard it is because that, there used to be a television show. Oh gosh, what was his name? Flip Wilson. And he used to say all the time, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. Well, you can call it anything you want. I call it that negative voice in the back of our heads. That one that's always assessing everything. Always thinking about everything. Discussing it in the back of our head. Approving or disapproving. Making sure that we never feel secure in our own decisions. That voice is just there, going all the time. And if we could just quiet that voice a little bit, at least give it a bath, then we could be more positive. But we're usually thinking that we're right about being negative, but we aren't. It's never worked. I mean, isn't that funny? Think about that. It's absolutely never worked. When a guy pulls out a gun and shoots somebody else and because somebody else was wrong and he was right, did that work? No. When you coach someone and you get ugly with them or you have a tone or you give them feedback or you criticize, did that work? No, it didn't. But you just hate to admit it, don't you? I do. Whenever I do anything wrong. I hate to be wrong. I do. I really hate to be wrong. I had to go back to the post office the other day because I made the lady wrong. Yes, I went to mail a package, and to mail this package was like $11, a little package, $11. And I said, what? $11? This is a little doll. She goes, $11 because it's wide. I said, because it's wide, it's $11? And she said, yes. And I said, still, $11. It doesn't weigh that much. Oh, yes, but it's going all the way East Coast. Oh, so it's not just the weight, I said, but the weight and the distance. That's right. And it bulges, so it can't go through the machine. We have to stamp it specially. Anyway, you can hear already, can't you, the tone? Yeah. I went out of the store, and I went back in, and I said, you know what? I think you're so wonderful. You put up with people like me, and I hope they're not as bad as I am. I am really sorry. You don't make the postage. You didn't make those rules, and you never made me wrong. Thank you so much. I am really sorry. I'm coming in with a better attitude from now on. I'm going to shake that old attitude, and the more I shake it, the better I am. And she said, oh, that's okay. It's just my job. All right, be there April 19th. Register, because we are going to do something new in this quarter. Maybe every other time. I don't want to guarantee anything because I have to talk to the companies, the different companies. But I'm going to have other companies come on with me. They're going to get half the time, 10 minutes, and they're going to tell you how their product or whatever they do helps call centers also in their coaching job. I think you'll like it. It's going to be a little different. And at the same time, it's going to be fantastic. You're going to get a little education, a little more learning, a little more unlearning of the negative, a little more learning of the positive. Every time you can get rid of some negative and bring out the positive, you're going to be happier. And this same thing will happen to the agent that you coach. All right? I shall see you back here April 19th. If you didn't register, you know how by now. Go online, look up McKee Consulting, call me, write me, email me, 760-738-8200, and I will send you the link, and you can register. All right. See you later. Judy McKee. Sally can still come to your location. We're booked through July, I think, now. But this summer, she could come.